let's see. Here we have the Kobold Coalition, which is me. We've got, let's see, Space Orcs, which are Brony.
Rawr.
Let's see, how do you pronounce that? Vespertilian?
Vespertilian, yes.
All right. Star Empire, which is Chernobyl. And we have, why can I never find you?
There we are. Chat's up.
We are small merchants.
Yeah, I can never find where your empire is.
Somewhere.
There's a spiral. The Pugberry Wholesale Incorporated.
Okay. Wholesale Incorporated, which is Mr. Tanuki.
Yeah. He is a little bit of excess weight, dragging his empire back to the north and west, respectively, which hopefully we should deal with this playthrough. So look forward to that, everyone.
All right. Everybody ready to start time?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Plink.
All right. And let's see. We have...
And we will start another thing over. Ooh, this place is called Lab Coat.
Oh, yep. That was my first lab world.
I think I know what needs to go on there.
And
it's also, decent trade. I can get more energy out of that. Okay, good. Yes, another private research.
Victory.
Has declared something their rival. Yeah, whatever. I'm a merchant group.
Go take care of that. Hey, I've been declared a rival.
That's not you. Or were you the first one?
Yeah, the Sovereign Space Orcs. Those are the bastard orcs there that absolutely no fun. They can go rival whoever. I don't care. So.
Okay. Oh, Vlur is hanging out. Hi, Vlur. Okay, let's see here. Those three things researching.
Oh, look at how much of this we have. We can get rid of some of that.
If I recall, I did fix a lot of the problems.
Special project complete.
Except my slow ass, my people. Not exactly making more very fast. I think I need to go invest in some.
I have it.
Okay, I was about to say, why the hell are you not making anything? Oh, you just finished making something. Okay, good. You're almost done with one too, which will put me at 6.
Chaos.
I have an agri-world here, and I need more food, so a couple more farms will kill me.
You sure?
Yes. We're building a second thing on Dragonhome. Not Dragonhome. Labcoat. Tiny Dragonhome has commercial form and private research. Got to 10 more on Dragonhome. 10 more? Yeah, I think I have something I can help with. Okay. Let's see here. And 9 away.
Construction complete.
Let's see, do I have my people set up so they produce? Okay, good. They do produce exotic gases. was gonna say that's generally how I set up lithoids, but because by far that's always the most. That's always what I use the most of.
Okay, let's go with mega furnaces.
Beginning attack run on enemy station.
Oh, cool. Anyways, this we'll bring down here somewhere.
Upgrade. Oh, I do have a battle. I do have that. Excellent, excellent. Ooh, new CEO election.
So how's everybody's week been going?
Very good.
Yeah, so far so good.
A lot of waiting for hurricanes. One fizzled out, others getting hit west of here, but you know, it's still 24 hours out and lots could happen. If the veer's like 50, 60, 70 miles east than what they're planning, then we'll probably get hurricane or tropical storm force winds and stuff. But we still expect like 1 to 4 inches of rain
Okay.
tomorrow. So yeah, very stormy.
Exciting. Hang on. I think it's not recording my audio or I think it's not putting my audio on the stream.
Uh-oh.
Let me
Let's see, double checking mine. Yep, mine's good. So.
let me get that sorted out.
Yeah, so if you need to pause stuff while you sort it out, go for it.
Yeah, let me pause for just a
Sounds
second.
good.
I can always
Works.
figure out some stuff to do here.
Audio. Audio test. Okay, good. Nice work.
Bag.
And you.
Nice work.
Okay. There we go.
And the new.
Alright. I'm ready to start time again.
Okay.
Blink. Hey, sorry everybody who was watching. Had some slight audio hiccups there. So Windows just did a patch, and
Excuse me.
I didn't think to recheck the my audio settings after that because I've noticed a lot of times when I do patching, it completely forgets about my microphone, and it switches back to the default, which is the headset one, which I've got disabled. So I don't know how it's setting itself to that in the first place, but well, it's fixed now either way.
Ooh, I have a new ruler.
All
Wow.
right,
The Oracle got elected.
seems legit.
Ooh, I like this agenda.
You and your
generation.
you and your silly elections.
New generation. Good. Growth speed is faster. I like that.
Let's see. Hey,
Well,
Shini's watching.
You got to
Hey,
elect
Shinny.
the new.
Hello.
You got to
Let's
elect the
see.
new CEO every once in a
You should make him a
I need
moderator.
more migration.
while. Trade value and destroy your builder down. Excellent. Good God, what do you have over here? Oh wait, what failed?
That was
Resolution natural sanctuaries.
Ah,
I believe that helps me.
what does that one do again? Let's see.
and then let's see.
Oh yeah, that's one. Actually, Tanuki, that one would hurt you pretty substantially if that one passed.
Yeah, I meant failing. It
Failing helps you, yeah.
Yeah.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
All right.
Okay, I now want.
I would do mega shipyards and stuff. The catch with that is that this is just a 100-year game, so I feel like by the time I get to all that stuff built, I won't actually have a chance to really make use of it. But for the game that you, me, and Sternobyl have going, where it's a 1,000-year game, Oh, that's definitely happening there.
It's private military.
Jump drives. That seems like a thing my people need. Alright. Yep, only 25 left. I've definitely been finding these little short 100-year games are a lot of fun because you can try the most bizarre stuff because worst case scenario, you're only shooting yourself in the foot for the next like 2 hours of, game time.
Wait, I just said. Okay, it failed again because my.
Actually, I'm gonna leave this as well.
I'm half tempted to fucking A. Quit making me say no to that.
Actually, I'm gonna put the, where is it?
Astral studies, some tech, upkeep. We'll support this. Ooh, that sent it flying up there. I like that. How much pull do I have? Not enough.
How much do I have to... that's actually not as bad as I was thinking.
That's also the reason that you'll notice I'm currently running 2 lab worlds as opposed to my normal one. Just, I'm trying to squeeze as much out of like a science victory condition as I can. Where am I on the list here? I've got a shot.
Put 2 private researches in there.
Ah, nice. I think, what is it? You get the research, or you get the direct research output from it, and I get the technician jobs, which also produce their own research, or not technician, researcher jobs, which also produce their own research.
It says it produces cleric jobs, which produce amenities and.
Yeah, the clerk jobs, yeah.
I thought I got the amenity stuff, or the job base.
Oh, no. If I remember correctly, the way it works is you don't get the job stuff for those. You get the like whatever the direct benefit is. It says. I get the and then whoever's world you build it on, because it's their people actually working those jobs.
Yeah.
They get those other bonuses.
Interesting.
Let's see, naval capacity. Yeah, I need more of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I've got something on there to help with that.
Awesome.
Or I think it does. I'm new to this shit.
Yep. Well, the biggest thing to remember is that really what you're doing is you are putting a business on somebody else's planet, which gives them extra jobs. And then you just kind of scrape a little bit off the top in terms of, that's what those sort of bonus resources are.
Alright, I've got a couple nice little
Vault?
exclaves over here.
Yeah, I see that. I was over there looking, and I'm like, suddenly, this empire shrunk again. Interesting.
Okay,
And now the kobolds have a new neighbor.
What?
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Don't worry.
There's some serious border gore going on over here.
Yeah, don't look over there. There's some serious border butchery. I have like that one empire about to get it.
Oh, the Vivesandia Council?
Yeah.
Which is good. Those guys were dicks to me. The Ganvius also didn't like me, but they took a much less active dislike. Who is it? It's actually Sovereign Space Orc Stars. these guys.
Governing ethics shift and an ally.
Becoming more egalitarian, awesome.
Shift all you want, I don't care.
Actually, that works out great for me. Actually, one of the big things for you is those ethics shifts actually do make a pretty big difference. Because the big thing for you is that your entire empire is going to be structured around working with other empires.
Yeah, I have one in the red right now.
Ah, yep.
All I
So,
have to do to put that in the positive is probably drop the Federation I'm in.
yeah.
Because the Myrian Confederated Colonies don't like the two of the people that are my allies.
Okay.
Actually, they don't like 3 of them. All I probably have to do is just drop it and I'll be fine.
Shane just said, this game has actual wars? I know, I was surprised too.
Murder.
Yes, like, again, the Federation, 2 of the members, the ones on top of me, are acting like asshats. And they think they can take on the space orcs, which are probably the biggest one. And they're like, let us go to war. Like, hi, I speak of the devil and I just get a notice. No. I do not want to be dragged into a war.
Is the Sooth system. Up there.
Yep.
On the one hand, I would. On the other hand, that's one of my lab worlds. Maybe you'd like Bala War down toward the southern edge.
So, I'm trying to minimize my border gore here. So.
Ooh, paper cut.
I don't think getting Worthusk would help with that in any fashion.
It does because it has
wormhole.
the wormhole.
Okay.
Why is that wormhole not taken?
Yeah, if it wasn't my secondary lab world, I'd totally go for it. Because it's kind of out of the way for me.
Yep. Because I'd actually like to do that one, and then I was going to go and do the Yarm for Eram, and then I was going to go and take over something else and give it to you for Scad. And then basically have come through my wormhole, then go through the other wormhole to my ally. I'd actually be able to like have direct connection to my ally my that I'm federated with and whatnot. So, which is a mad concept of being able to actually get to your allies' all your Federation territory, but
with this much border gore, yeah.
And yes, Shitty, I know I could just take those systems, and really, I have considered that, but for how much time we got left here,
Take this, but I won't have enough time to make use of it. I think this game, isn't this the game we had a war? Like, didn't Chernobyl declare war in the first 20 years of this?
No, we did Tuesday.
Uh,
Sorry, Sunday.
okay, I was going to say, today's Tuesday.
Yes, Saturday. Yes. Yeah, I'm gearing up to declare war.
Okay.
Oh, I have plans.
All right. So how's this place looking?
Holy crap, I have enough energy credits. I just saw, holy crap.
Oh.
Yeah, my plus energy credits is just absolutely crazy. I may like playing a megacorp. I have money.
They are a huge amount of fun. I mean, realistically speaking, if you're playing a megacorp, there is no reason whatsoever to build a Dyson sphere. I
No.
think in our 300-year game, the stream game a couple games ago where I was playing the Flurp, by the end, I was making a monthly surplus of 2,000 a month. And that wasn't with the Dyson sphere or anything like that. That was just pure trade value.
So these guys have a crime problem. Interesting. I don't think there's anything I can do about that.
It's also a lot of fun to play a Mega. You know, it's a small interface thing, but I really wish that, you know, and any of these repeal resolutions, I really wish that, I mean, you know, effects repeals the readied shield resolution. It's highlighted in yellow. Why isn't that clickable? I don't ask much, just make that clickable so I don't have to flip to the resolutions tab to see what on earth that does again. All right.
Yes. Unlocked that.
Okay. Let me just see what is in that system, if anything.
Yeah. That effectively.
Doesn't seem to be anything of value, so sure, that sounds good to me.
All right. That effectively takes those two systems that weren't connected and makes them two systems that are connected.
Yep.
So
God,
that,
I'd like all my stuff finished at once.
why is this this black hole not taken?
Hmm?
There's a black hole right in the middle of the three empires over here.
The Eye of Ball.
Yeah.
There's some nasty things in there.
Yeah, usually by this stage of the game, if their system's not taken, there's usually a pretty solid reason.
I take it has a, what do you call,
Actually, I could probably take it out if I.
I take it has a shambling evil.
Something like that.
These people needed food, so. Oh, like that. Yeah, that produces for me. And them. Everybody gets fast food.
Yay!
Next, they need 7 more people for me to be able to build anything.
Oh, hey, this system has anomalies I could be researching. Okay, all of those are currently in use. New science ship.
Who are they going to declare war on? I didn't see it in time.
Same people as always.
Okay.
Just,
I want to fight the daring Confederated colonies.
just say yes, and you can. We're allies, so they declare war on me. They're drawing into it.
I actually want nothing to do with this, and I'm tempted to just go, you know what? Nope. I'm out. In fact, since everybody wants to go to war, but I'm the only one who doesn't.
I want to go to war against somebody different than them.
These guys want to form a federation.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with the war they want. So I'm just going to step out of the Federation because it's completely in my best interest.
We have established
Yes.
a new planetary base.
Ooh.
Oh. Brexit. Space Brexit.
Yep. Hey, new colony.
So now they can declare all the crap they want.
Okay, can stop tracking that now.
Let's see, I need to do a quick...
Oh, hey.
What are some crap species I have in my territory? Okay. Migration treaty.
Oh. All the diplomacy is happening.
Yeah, because I left.
Yep. One thing that'd be really nice, and I don't know if there's a way to do it. One thing that'd be a really nice feature to have would be if you could actually set what things you do and do not get notified up
Yeah.
at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you update your star bases.
Yeah.
Ships completed, ships completed, ships completed, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, for me, it's more along the lines of like right now, I'm not really playing an empire where I really need to know what's going on with every empire in the galaxy. So I don't necessarily care if, you know, two random empires rival each other. So it'd be really nice if I could just say, hey, these are the only things I want to be notified for this game.
Hey, you know what? You guys can no longer be slaves. We'll increase you to residents. Don't let go of your...
And now, the Miriam Confederated group actually like me. Gee, look at that.
Now I should invite you into our federation and then just start asking to declare war on your old one.
Sarah's still... Sarah Noble's still in there, but...
Yeah, but she wants to go to war with them.
Yeah, let me know if you guys are gonna do that because I wanna do something first.
I'm sitting here by myself at the moment, so it's like,
Let me know if you do that because I want to do something first. Then you just like send the Federation fleet on a suicide run against the scavenger bot or something.
No, I'm gonna claim every single area in the Empire.
Oh.
Do that now, and they might actually just request to be...
I'm waiting for my ships to upgrade.
All right.
Ooh. Research.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, some of you guys can upgrade to scientists.
no, I don't want to rejoin my old one. I left for a reason. You guys are bloodthirsty. You guys are bloodthirsty little idiots. No.
Why did I put synthetic... Oh, this was probably a temporary, like... Yeah, it was just a temporary thing.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
In fact, I'm going to turn this into a fortress. Turn this into a little area.
This can be converted over now. Because by the time this causes an issue, I'll be able to get the... I'll be able to have the one on shiny crystals started.
Okay.
Another synthetic crystal plant. What is my... mutual assistance? No. Stop. What is my...
What's this?
You know, one setting in the initial Galaxy setup that they don't have would be, what's this? Okay. One thing I'd really like to see for a setting for when you're initially setting up the Galaxy would be, because you can set how many planets there are, and you can set how many stuff like that. I'd really like to be able to set the prevalence of naturally forming exotic gases, volatile motes, etc.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of odd that that's not something that is a setting, really.
That. Oh, my research is flying now.
Okay, this place isn't big enough to have a research foundation, I think is the word. Yet.
Are there any species around here that have a tomb world preference? Just asking for a friend.
What was that?
Actually, I can look that up, I suppose. Alright. Okay, so those guys and those guys.
The conquest
Much
of a
said.
new world has begun.
Oh. I'm not rejoining the Federation with the disc. No. No. You guys are the problem. We can be having war? Yes, now you can.
Yeah, don't actually need to do that because I can
Because
build that here.
I'm staying the hell away from it. You guys can have all the war you want.
Synth leaders. That sounds like everything my people need.
Colony development.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
So there's a 3D printable biker helmet for cats now. Just
Nice.
Awesome.
One. Zero defense position.
This place actually has. Free researcher jobs. Awesome.
Yes, grow more little planets. I need that third slot. But wait. 2 months before my new building is ready, my Xeno Outreach Agency. Yes. Grow more little planets. Again, we only wish to help and provide adventuring supplies.
Seems legitimate.
You're totally legitimate,
Yeah.
businessman here.
Business. Gene tailoring. We need this technology. Might provide uses. So I need one of my worlds to build. I need you to have 3 more people.
Right. Needs planetary administration. Which I can queue up after this.
Oh, I can upgrade my fleet.
Oh,
Holy
Sir
crap!
Noble has taken the lead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I just looked because I got a relic.
Yep. Yeah, relics, especially in how short, like with the super short games, getting a relic makes a gigantic difference. Yeah, the Yankee Conservation Act.
I'm just waiting for the space orcs to go into squish mode. Till then, I have a little place here called Paper Cut.
Oh, yep, my bureaucratic world.
Mm-hmm. That's some good trade you got. Good energy credit production you got there, and some good trade value too.
Yep.
Oh. Consideration. Also should look at the keepers of whatever they're called. I have a thing with them too. They're 57. You know what?
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Excellent.
Alright.
Okay. What
Just-
do I want here?
I could probably do while I wait for this to finish. I could probably, yep.
Let's build a. Gee,
Actually, already.
Our ships have been made superior.
Excellent. And we can add one of these. Ooh.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, what do I want? These guys might seem safe, so let's build one of these and one of these. That'll take up a valuable crystal, which...
Hey, another space storm.
Yep.
We have established a new planetary base.
Excellent. This could be
Construction complete.
I can't find the thing I want to build there, so... Yeah, so let's build it. It's an agri world anyway, so it's gonna smell like poo. Lo and behold, what I wanted. We're building it. Yeah, we need to build that.
oh, it's probably because
Our ships have been made superior.
yep, you can.
You can tell there haven't been much in the way of wars lately. The price on alloys is actually like really reasonable.
Yeah, it's not from lack of trying.
That's fair.
I have no hand in that anymore. In fact, my opportunities are now looking up. My former neighbors actually just formed a research pact with me. I just agreed to a commercial pact. My opportunities are now looking pretty damn good. We actually want to look at these guys, yes. Ooh. You have a good trade value on here.
No, we lost our noble.
No.
Still here. Oh no. Hang on a second.
All right, let me save just to be.
Okay, so I'm prepared for trouble here. Prepared for trouble here.
Am I back on or no?
Well, you'll need to rejoin, I think, because it completely like you got completely dropped.
Okay, so first things first.
Oh, I need the server ID.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Do you,
You want to put it in chat?
I
Yeah.
actually don't have a good way. Oh no, I do have a good way of doing that. Stand by. I don't have a good way of doing it in text form in this particular, because the problem is,
well, you can just put it in there and not like people could get in because there's a password on it.
It's true.
well, I just dropped a screenshot in the chat, because
Okay.
when you're joining a new or when you're starting a new game, there's that really convenient, click here to copy the server ID. There's no way to do that when you're in the actual in a game, which is a little annoying, really.
I could use some. Let's also give these guys a.
Did you? There we go.
All right.
Probably the hurricane and the Gulf and
That's what I'm assuming.
kind of. Yeah, even though it's not doing anything, it was sunny it was got cloudy for a little bit, but it's been sunny the past 2 days. A good 80%. A little bit of rain.
Oh, that's okay. At 2 in the afternoon, my phone went off with a weather alarm because it's like, oh no, flash flood warning, you're in a danger area. And I looked out at the clear blue skies without a cloud in. And it's hasn't rained here in quite some time because even that big storm last night went north and completely missed us. So it's like no.
Theoretically,
There's no flooding here.
yeah. Well, theoretically, if you were along the river and it rained heavily upstream, could after a couple hours, the water could come up. But again,
They probably could target those a little more precisely.
Oh no, whatever shall I do? I am running running low on some minerals.
All right, ready to start time again?
Yeah.
Also, it's very flat where I live, so to get to higher ground would be.
Well, you're also on the high ground.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to go down a pretty substantial hill to get to any river water body.
It's over flooding. I have the high ground.
Huh.
Okay.
Our ships have been made superior.
Yay.
Our ships have been made superior.
My ships are not better than they were.
Oh yeah. So Shinny, I turned off the ones of those that I was able to find how to do, but I'm pretty sure there are some that it's like I can't find out how to turn those off. So maybe at the bar on Friday you could show me quick, because I would love to be able to turn those off. Because odds are, if there's a weather problem, I'm probably already on the Weather Channel watching the radar map. I don't need my phone to suddenly go off at full volume whenever it feels like. All right, I'm just gonna take this because it's cheap and I'm trying to just boost my science as much as I can.
I need 3 of these, and I can only do 1 at a time.
Yeah, it's kind of what I've been finding too. Is it with it depending on the phone. I forget what you have, but I've got a Android S8.
Our ships
Same.
have been made
Same.
superior.
Positronic AI. We like AI. It's fun.
Ooh, Positronic, you could make data.
Yes.
Yep.
I like how they never really, at least not as far as I can remember, gave a reason why, like, other than just it was a thing to throw out there that he was, that he uses positrons instead of, electrons.
It's the thing that has stuff.
Oh yeah, it absolutely does exist, but
Yeah.
it seems odd that they would use positrons considering then you have the whole issue of antimatter containment to deal with, because if those positrons interact with anything that's, not not antimatter, it's going to explode dramatically.
Because it's Star Trek and they just made some shit up.
Seems legit. No, I mean that could be a very real thing. That is something you absolutely like. Okay, we don't have the technology to do it today, but that's something that is absolutely like, from a purely theoretical stance, we already know today that that would be possible. It's the why and the practicality of it that I'm questioning.
Let's see here. Ooh, there's a storm going on up here too.
Oh, I need why haven't I brought this down? This really needed to come down.
Star Trek and we just make some shit up. Yeah.
Oh hey, I could be like genetically enhancing my people.
Scientific
Oh yeah, I can do that now too.
achieved.
Can make ourselves better still.
I suppose I'll get rid of unruly.
Nah, we don't need that.
Our
And
ships have been
okay.
made superior.
Command. Yep.
One thing I do think it'd be really interesting if they did more of with this. So right now, you have your physics, society, and engineering, and there are things that give you a little bit of one, a little bit of another, but for the most part, most of your science is going to come from science labs that produce all three. I think it'd be really interesting if they did a lot, if they weighted it a lot more, so that more of your science is you're actually choosing which type of science you go for. For example, it'd be really interesting if you could actually have a society that really focused in on physics research, which you can do to an extent, but not quite to a degree where it really matters. Like me, I'm not going out of my way to try and balance them, and yet, I mean, the lowest one is only like 26 points away from the highest one per month.
Now that. And go
Okay.
with
So I should be able to...
Roni. That's nice.
Okay, I have a plan. If I build this first...
If you build it, they go.
Well, if I build that... Because the problem is I have a plant that's going to run low on amenities. But if I run that and then... Okay, I have to buy a few of these first. And then while that's building, I just go ahead and preemptively get distributed luxury goods. That'll mean that once that builds, I should be good for consumer goods until hopefully I get some more pops that will then fill that in and also take over the clerk jobs.
74.
No, we elected my scientist.
Why don't you just hate that?
Our ships have been made superior.
I'm glad I found that free governor, and that free governor is now my CEO.
Nice.
Well, the Oracle actually also has the agenda of a new generation: pop, growth, speed, and happiness.
Oh yeah, that's a handy one to have.
Yes. And now that we are getting cloning, and we are stronger workers, ooh, you could also, my old neighbors could also come through this area.
Okay, these
No,
guys
no, no,
too
no.
I could start upgrading. So I'm definitely learning that if you want to go for a science victory for a like 100-year game,
Mm-hmm.
the route to go is not setting up and like one or two dedicated science worlds. It seems like the solution here is to actually use your capital or turn your capital into a science world, because that's going to start with a bigger population than you'll have time to get with any other planet, assuming you don't do relocations or things like that.
Yeah.
Which I'm not actually doing with these guys.
Of the true gospel. Oh yeah, somewhere along the lines we have religion.
Huh. So Shinny brings up a good point.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a lot of energy, you can flip a bunch of scientists until you get a genius.
True.
I hadn't actually thought about that. Who do I
See.
currently have anyway? A little short on energy at the moment, but no geniuses currently.
We have what, 60
Let's just crank
years?
through these. Closing in on second place. Actually, I'm closing in on first and second. Victory will soon be mine. For Kobold's glory!
This is a
So-
horrible idea, but I'm doing it anyways.
What?
The horrible idea. I've decided I'm doing it anyways. So,
Yeah, I'm wondering what it is.
Horrible,
yep.
Waiting to see
as previously established.
I'm waiting to see the war has
I'll
been
get this guy
declared.
finished. Start researching these projects.
I'm actually maybe having to switch my federation to be able to do that now. I don't know.
Oh, why? Oh,
Because I have actually declared war twice and been turned down by my federation ally.
Shinny
Which-
also just pointed out my complete lack of governor on my science world, which I completely forgot about.
so
I always
one
forget
of
about governors.
your allies is not allowing you to declare war, huh?
So what does a governor actually do? Oh, skill level effects. Oh wow, I need to start paying way more attention to governors, because that's
Yeah.
something I've literally never paid attention to. Okay.
Okay.
And he
I can take
governs
them
the
on one at a
entire
time.
sector, I assume? Yeah. Okay. Man, I'm going to get this place a governor too then.
You're my governor.
A whole new world has opened up to me.
My governor deals with food. Which, yes, right now I want that.
Okay.
Oh,
No
I
way to
was-
get to it from there that I can see. Recruit.
So,
Ooh, better plan. You. You are instead going to be the governor of this of this area.
I have taken losses.
Oh, okay. So to put these into a sector, I can do. Okay, First, let me deal with this. Okay, which of these is in the most? That's a good location for this. You can. Okay, good. These are still in that. Aha! With this new knowledge, I am unstoppable.
What?
And that's when we blow the cryogenics chambers.
I learned the I've learned of the power of governors,
Oh,
which literally up until this time, they've just been some random guy who dies toward the beginning of the game and I never think about again.
see, I thought you knew about them because
Oh.
I actually
Ah,
looked.
all the refugees. I need to pause for a second. Hang on.
All right.
Oh, Vivisandia is gone.
Oh, hey, well, now you get that. Cool. I
Or
swear.
wait.
What the heck happened?
I don't know. I'm still digging through the pile. No, Vivisandia is still there, and Ganvius are still there.
They're
don't know.
vassals. They're vassals.
Oh, okay. All right. Hang on. Let me. Okay. You
American
guys.
Confederated vassalized.
More research lab. One should cover you for now. These guys. One. Yeah. Alloy production. You need.
Okay, so King's on Prime just got a few new peeps.
Okay, that just throws out another technician job. That's not a.
This is my bureaucratic
I'm
world.
gonna go ahead and throw an exotic gas refinery in there, just to keep this guy happy. Plus, I could use one.
Actually, a gas refinery doesn't sound
Still
bad.
short
Let's
of
toss
housing
them out of
mostly.
here. There's this Sandy. Ooh, what are you?
Are we still paused? Are you still going through stuff? or-
Yep, just need about
Okay,
10
just
more
making
sec-
sure.
Yep,
Totally
just
fine,
need
take
like
your
10
time.
more seconds. Oh, I haven't actually built food processing facilities here yet. Okay, close out all of these. Alright, starting time again. Boink. But yeah, I always knew of the existence of governors, but I never really understood how valuable they could be.
Yeah, you pick them carefully.
Well, I mean, realistically speaking, up until now, I haven't really. I don't generally play in such a way that I have a large number of planets, and usually it's a situation of I'm so busy micromanaging anyway, because it takes me a long time to micromanage my planets a lot of times. Usually I'm so busy microing that I don't really. That's a bad sign. I don't really end up delving into that sort of thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, now I'm definitely going to have to.
Our ships have been made
Shimmy says, I micro and macro everything, lol.
Yeah. That is the way to do it.
Hmm.
Ooh,
I'm getting a lot better at it, actually, which I'm surprised by.
now what could I use a quick boost in?
Like,
Because I'm
guess how many hours do I have in this game? I think this actually no, I don't even think I know this is actually my second most hours on a game in Steam. The first is Factorio. This is second place.
Yeah, I think this is my second after Civilization. So.
Yeah.
I don't know mine at all.
Which this is pretty much just Civ in space. So I mean,
Pretty much. Well, I think part of it's that with Factorio, I've discovered the ultimate way to play Factorio, which is rum and coke, techno music blasting in the background, and just let hour after hour go by. The ship has been found dead. Ah, this sounds delightfully horrible.
What?
Well, we found an abandoned ship that all the crew was dead, and they were dead by brain parasites. But our people were allowed to, like, our scientists were able to figure out how to protect themselves. So, my crew is safe.
Dead by brain parasites. I think I've had that one in another game, and my people didn't figure it out.
Oof.
It's pretty terrifying, actually.
She says, by burning the ship, that's what I would do. Honestly, that's probably about what I would do, too. Ooh.
Let's see here. Particle lance, particle lance, particle lance.
Let's give it to the people. Because honestly, at this, it's not going to be too useful to give to my leaders, so I might as well get the happiness. All right.
Particle man.
This is my... Even though this world is normally dedicated to volatile motes, I'm actually going to want exotic gas refineries instead. That's really helpful.
I'm sending you over to these guys.
I actually don't think I need to actually do that because I'm rapidly closing in either way.
Particle lance, particle lance. There's ship in the pants.
What did you just say?
Particle lance zaps all the ship in the pants. I couldn't think of a rhyme.
Okay, I wasn't entirely sure. By the way, I did get to see, what, 1 year, 2 years ago? I feel like it was 2 years ago. I did get to see They Might Be Giants live, which was
Nice.
quite awesome. Because they played at Gen Con's 50th anniversary.
yeah, that was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, I don't remember it being last year, but...
Yeah, because we were wondering this last, 2019, if it was going to be as big as the 50th, or if things had slowed down a bit.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, this has been a really close game.
What's our year end date again?
2300.
January 1st, 2300. The shortest possible game. I may break 10,000 science or 10,000 technology level points by the end here. I'm actually on track for that. Okay, Mining World needs more districts. Let's see.
Oh,
Really
I'm at
make
the
a difference at this
bottom.
point. Oh,
Yeah.
let's see. Where's systems, number of colonies?
You are getting a precinct house.
Oh, leaving the Federation probably didn't help you score-wise.
No. It probably screwed me over. Now I don't have to worry about them declaring, wanting to declare war every Tuesday.
Yep.
Interestingly, they have not declared war on me yet.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, so Nikki's playing a megacorp, so 5 planets is pretty reasonable for that.
Yep.
System survey complete.
Because when I play the Flurp, okay, unless I'm trying something weird, when I'm playing the Flurp, I usually don't have very many. I actually would like to try playing the Flurp with as a one system empire, just to see if I can do it. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do that for now.
So there will be a council election.
There'll be a what?
They are forming a council within the galactic community.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
What? Pirates?
I will probably not be on that council.
The random like neutral space amoebas that just happen to be living in that system are just ripping them apart. It's like you picked the wrong system, buddy.
What are you? Oh,
Council election. Oh, Galactic Council must have passed then.
it did. And if I recall right, you are pretty much a shoo-in.
I was gonna say I have the most diplomatic weight in the galaxy right now.
Yes.
For some reason, I always really like to do that. Yeah, my consumer goods. Well, the big problem with consumer goods is that scientists actually use those. So the more researchers I do, is just makes it worse. Yeah, yeah. My economy is pretty shaky, but it's like it just needs to last at this point like 12 and a half more years. It can absolutely like all start on fire in 13 years. I don't care. Just 12 and a half more years. It needs to remain solid. Yay! Council.
The conquest of a new world has begun.
My response is, so the puppeteers finally reveal themselves.
Dance puppets, dance.
What's funny is the other space orcs are on there.
Hey, there's a reason that we broke off. They suck.
Makes sense. Whatever.
It checks out.
For now, galactic community helps me, so I'm fine with it. Gives me I have control of galactic markets, so I'm okay with this.
Nah.
Leave me in my market.
I did like so on our Saturday game, we the vote went through to move the galactic market because I was in charge of it, and I think it was one of the NPC umpires that wasn't too happy with that. Well, the resolution passed, so you know the recompete went up for the galactic market, and I won again. So it's kind of a moot point.
We want to move it. Okay. Oh, everybody wants it to stay there. What?
It's like we want to move it. Okay, no problem. Where should it go? You didn't think that far ahead, did you?
You could give it to us. No, you suck.
So yeah, I ended up I ended up winning again, so that was just kind of a wasted vote.
Okay.
All right, I'm
That's
short on minerals. All right, I'll deal with that shortly.
done.
Although the additional worker output should help with that. Yeah, that's good for now.
And then order an upgrade for it.
Yeah, just buy more. There we go. Because I have a whole bunch of amenities, which means there are a bunch of clerks that could be, damn it, that could be not clerks right now. Okay, the thing with the mouse not holding click is really getting annoying. And I've confirmed it's definitely not my mouse, because the same thing happens on other computers with other mice.
Oh, it's like.
In hindsight, I probably should have actually put a research institute down instead, but I'll snag one of those next time.
Debris analyzed.
Closing in. This science ship could be researching. Thus, this requires researching.
Let's build it. Let's research.
Okay, so that is. Oh, you're telling me low stability. Stability is actually up, so I'm going to consider that a temporary victory.
Oh, where's xenophilic? Nice.
Xeno protection. Okay. Get into the migration treaty, whatever.
Just getting low in housing. Low on workers, but by the time a new pop forms, I should be able to build a new, or really upgrade one of my administrative buildings.
Okay, and so this needs to go and make a couple of these. Who are you and why do I care?
Situation log updated.
And the Cobalt Coalition takes the lead. With my more than 2/3 of my victory score is down to my tech level at the moment.
Damn.
I'm at 8100 tech level. At some point, I should actually build an empire that just focuses on that, because as a player, I always do, but I never take bonuses toward it. And the space storm is gone. Yay. had one envoy assigned here. There we go, 10,000 influence. I'm not opposed to releasing the L gate. I need to find where an L gate is. Here's
Right.
one.
There are no L gates. All gates are gone. So I don't see any.
There's one a couple empires to the side of me here.
Oh, I see it. Oh, in the other space arcs.
Yep. Is that the only one? Yeah, I'm not seeing any others.
I need more specialists. Okay. Search action. Particle, man. It's particle.
Yeah, the only looks like we only have one L gate in the entire galaxy. Think I've ever seen before.
We have a carry bay. Special project complete. Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Let's see. Ooh, I think we'll actually do that.
System survey complete. Initiating tactical retreat.
Oh.
So now we just need an end game
Yes.
war to just cap everything off.
Not
We're
original.
working on it.
I tried to inflict just such a thing by going to the L cluster, but I can't.
Why won't that empire let you in?
Well, it has to be in your own empire.
Oh, really?
Yep. Sort of like how you can't research archaeological stuff outside of your own empire.
Interesting.
Yep.
Scientist leader has died. Shit.
Take it by force, but the downside is I think with what I am, I'm restricted to Yeah, I can't do unrestricted wars, unfortunately. Also, sadly, even if I could, by the time I took all the way out to here, there wouldn't be much time left to do anything.
Scientific breakthrough
What am I
achieved.
out of? Oh, jeez. I let that get away from me. There. That'll sort itself out as soon as the month ticks over.
Achieved.
You, actually, you now have a ship. Science, dude.
Or so I thought. Okay, that one I could upgrade.
At last, to war.
Oh,
There we go.
The enemy is targeting one of our
Okay.
sections. Debris.
I have no,
Scientific
which
breakthrough.
means
Yeah, that's
everybody
enough.
can
I
just
could
not
probably
hurt me.
I could probably just sit there for a while, honestly. There.
And immediately I can see ships flying left and flying right.
Yeah. It's the first.
Assaulting our space force.
I forgot to do this. Oops.
Oh,
Yeah, the neighbors to my right. Yeah, they're cool people. Borders are open.
oh, the Confederate.
Yeah. And cool. They borders to me. Me.
Awesome.
Situation log updated.
That's funny. I don't need that. Let's go with that.
So,
Good for absolutely
Thank you.
everything.
Exactly. So
I am merchandise.
It was what last. I have an uncle that had 60th birthday, and somebody brought over a karaoke machine, like a full blown setup for it, and never forget my uncle doing the doing that song.
Oh,
Especially once my other uncle joined.
but I have a lot of yellow ships all of a sudden flying through my empire.
It's also great because the beer we had all gone through by that point too, in the evening. All right, so this is a refinery world.
Lots of little yellow ships flying all over the place. Oh well.
I and through honestly, because it'll straighten that out partially.
Okay. Okay. What?
It's not Orca. This is Orca.
Okay. What do I want to put here?
Construction complete.
Doing a nice sprint for some final science push. Upgrading 5 research boxes. Actually, I could upgrade these too. Oh, somebody's becoming a passive.
Sovereign's
And he's down.
Yeah.
8 years. I love how even people that don't know that song, everybody knows the. Or like as soon as you know that, what is it?
no chunks of the song.
I whole thing. It was one of my favorites.
Special
One thing I do wish you could do, like when you click on a window, every other window you're looking at tends to go away. I wish they could layer windows.
scientific breakthrough.
Online you can do that, actually. Actually, I really love, that's one of the things I love Eve, is I feel the interface is actually polished on that. Used to actually come with although support for that last year, early this year, because they said really speaking, most have ready and the in-game battle. There we go. Any last minute wars that are happening here, or?
Oh yeah.
I've completely taken over the Interstellar Alliance. I'm working heavily on the Alliance Hiren.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm working on taking over Mirror.
All right.
Under this,
Souvenirs.
Into that.
Knocked out. Brony happened.
What's wrong with the Carabiniers?
They're dead. That's what's wrong with them.
territory. Understand.
I like around.
Somewhere.
Man, kind of figured that one was gonna pass.
Ooh, that's when the
All warriors. Warrior.
Alright, yay, our invasion's over.
Let's see. Pushing the RT.
Yeah.
Is there anything you? Pushing it back, sure.
Debris
this, so it's going to the forefront.
achieved.
I think with all Galactic Council, this pass.
Let's mess around. Your
You know,
galactic community.
things. Stuff.
I can't see what's on the Senate floor.
That has to deal with the army.
Shinny's saying that the game I should just declare, except I can't. As hilarious as that would be.
Okay, armies, recruit. I need more of you.
Spring energy grid.
Couple of those.
Analyze.
No. Here.
Meeting
All right. Now, the point where I can whack up next like 6. You're describing it as whackable, not necessarily a good selling point. Yes, I will. They made people earlier.
Course support the Tiaki. Minor research sanctions.
Yep, all right. Dramatic food. Let's do higher. Oh, that's. I'm gonna do that because actually that'll give me more to sell, even though it's not really worth much.
scientific achieved.
This is one of my short. So I'm going to continue this. Okay, better plan. I'll upgrade that. Let me push this around. Because I actually don't need alloys. I've been basically overproducing alloys most of the game. I've been using up. Rather, I have not been. Okay, like a little bit about 9 minutes.
Our enemies have
I'm researching igniters from attacks. I can't hear igniter and the single thing you could. I mean, you could. But, oh, it makes it easier. But it's just really. Played in a little while. Fire up some. It's a really great. It's like it kind of falls into the same category as this or roguelike type of game too, where it's like the fun. In what serious way is our guy this time?
Okay.
Or on, amend. What was that?
Okay, so I'm just going over stuff. And
You're struggle.
yeah, I really don't care.
Yeah.
They were this. Yeah, I mean.
Okay. I had this system here. Well, I had this system. I gave it to the KiraKitty, and it's one of those things that, like, when it's just Empire, I do it, but now it sticks out to my. How many times I've those and really burritos. Actually, I've only made, like, one ingredient to make burritos. you know, that would be the tortilla. Critical.
I have tortillas.
Rivaling me. And we'll rival you too. Yeah. How do you feel about it? On that note, build up a military here.
Here's Xeno compatibility.
Wait. Do you have any borders with people?
Do I need-
Plus, at this point, honestly, even if on me, the amount they'd be able to do would be. Actually, at this point, they definitely make the most powerful because far tech level in the game, and I've long since unlocked juggernauts, colossi. Seeing those where they have enough something got them actually for this time. Oh yeah, I'm in that. You know, that does raise an interesting point. So you mentioned that he wants to see galaxy-sized wars. I'm trying to think if we've ever like majority of the galaxy is in a single war. I just don't think we have yet.
I think we should all declare war on everybody else. Like we all fed up together and start if like the group take over everything.
Actually, or great thing for I think there was discussion at one point. Everybody has to play Killbot, Swarm, Determined Exterminators.
And Echo.
Yeah.
Play Evil Space.
We're gonna play it as a war. What's that? Oh yeah, you have evil space lettuce. Forget about that.
They're like the Latisse, but I don't know how it begins.
Seems.
We will not put up with you, space meats. Only let us do all the puns.
Well, you need. Hang on, let me think about it. Are you familiar at all with I can't think of the name. Hang on, give me a minute. Because all I keep thinking of is the Miracle of Sound song for the song Miracle of Sound did for it. Okay. The game takes place in a ruined dystopia. BioShock. You need to name them.
One more time, sorry, I was.
You need to name them the Latisses. Actually, it's funny. My talked about going as that for years now. We just
Hey, I liberated my planet. Excellent.
enemy's mostly in a good place. Okay, shitty. Make the game open so random. Then we can. I'm down for this. Have it so like the server. It's like make sure they know what they're getting into. It's like you will die. At least if we're doing our job. Deal with this first, then I'll deal with so straightened out.
Initiating ground assault. Victory shall be ours.
Yeah, realistically, that's okay. Till the end of the game, at least. Doesn't matter if the Empire is on fire after the game ends. Old Arcoon will just be playing his violin as it burns.
Debris analyzed.
Alright, let's play and housing. That would actually also be tempting. Shinny was saying he wouldn't mind doing a 1,000-year game with all the AI maxed out. I have watched a playthrough of somebody that did that. It was absolutely insane, but was extremely, extremely good at it.
Problem is, some of us, namely me, are not.
But together. Actually, that would be interesting if that would turn into the rest of the galaxy. Attempt.
Seen one where somebody took and slowly like game. Galaxy was just them.
Because the one I've seen is a true doing the Stellaris the he said on the hardest to go when it's an absolute thing, I do think it is kind of I think a couple of through increased the maximum of the crisis. They used to go up to 25. Now it goes to normal. All right. That wasn't intended to rhyme, but here we are.
Does the rated shield even do? Militaristic nations. Militaristic groups. That's fine. I can cope with that stuff.
Weaken the diplomatic pool of militaristic nations. Is that what that does?
No, it just
Diplomatically, anyway. It gives them less pull.
That requires them to be part of the galactic community.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, so we got that. We got that. Got that. Let's see. We need to get this. Shouldn't be too difficult, but
Okay, at this point,
time-consuming.
close enough to the end of the game that I can replace.
Get a couple down here.
With these guys? I absolutely am not search agreement.
Oh,
The Sovereign Space Orc stars.
no.
I will go ahead and defensive agreement because I don't see it being a. These guys this time or not.
Initiating ground assault. Victory shall be ours.
Can't get. That would take.
I'm sending in ships to as we speak. Yeah, why not? Just take that just because.
Victorious. Enemy planet conquered. Scientific achieved.
Yep, 1.5 years.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
I don't care.
Alright.
I might want to finish this war. See what happens.
Where to be? What? Trying to do?
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
No. Because I'm not in breach of galactic law, and hopefully it'll hurt others.
What?
Because, yeah, need it. Yeah. As soon as my ships get there. Just attacking the dudes. You have one job. And it's attack the dudes. Yeah.
Build the damn.
Construction ship.
Yeah. Upgraded a couple things and something cost.
And
Ridiculous amount of or of eight.
Victoria.
okay.
Initiating ground assault. Victory shall be.
Absolutely take your money. Less than a year.
As I can.
Let's see what this war is going on over here.
Against us, me so much.
Told you. Never listening. Watching this.
The century.
See what they're doing.
So we got.
Are good enough. I can see a chunk of what's going on. At least, well, through a couple of wormholes. Needs. Let's probably do it here yet. Just a few more months.
Initiating ground assault.
Yep.
Victoria.
into less than 2 months. I have 4 amoeba. 5 different amoebas just gonna create an empire.
Leviathan.
6.
Person.
Down to the end.
Have
Shinny
Vlur.
is.
Ah.
All right. First game toward the top. Victory!
Woo!
Kobold.
Federated some.
So let's see. We're continuing then to see. Oh, I guess we already have continued.
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say what's happening. My fleet power. The tendency is I will have a very weak fleets, but generally speaking, is good enough that I can just spam a bunch of corvettes if I need. If I
Oh, good. Things starting to get back into the positives of my. Perfect.
Yep. Talk to you later, Shitty.
See you, Shane.
Yeah.
Just threw an active sensor link request your way.
No problem.
Thanks. Oh,
Again, I have like one listening post that I'm sitting.
well, you're like dead center, so really good center. Long way away.
Yeah, honestly, if he closed his borders, this would be absolutely horrible.
Because you'd have to like look stuff.
Territory on us.
Yeah, which I have open borders to you.
Yeah, but it's just a long way away.
Oh god. Oh god. You remember how I said it didn't matter what happened 6 months after? Oh, all of. Oh,
What do you need?
housing and building slots.
Just give them a damn tent.
Oh, fucking shit.
I was optimized for that time. Let's get some synthetic crystal plants in here. I'm entertained. I kind of expected it to happen. I just didn't expect it to be this bad.
Hey, you're dude. I kind of see what's happening here.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I should keep my people most. this point, are you just like bombarding and invading their? Like you've already got all their stuff.
I'm waiting until them. So I need them to.
I am waiting until I have let's see. So I need a trip.
Yeah, for those who want to stick around and watch through the end of the war, by all means, stick around. But otherwise, that's been the end of this game, so see you next time.
Oh, it's fine.
Ground.
Happens so. Offices and. Because somehow one of the gave me another. Yeah, but shit.
Our warriors are victorious. Enemy
Oh, 1 second.
So how does it feel being in the middle of any way involved?
Interesting.
War savage.
Well, the funny thing is, you could actually dramatically influence selectively closing your borders to the side. That's something I don't want you getting.
But it really wouldn't hinder any others in the war much. Well, it would affect one, not the other.
Sort of like the story, I forget where I read this, the story of a, what was it? It was a company's mail server that became, and like take over the company by in mail to let through sent to spam.
What? Interesting.
It was completely fictional, but I thought it was hilarious.
Sounds like
And if that large gets into my territory, that's just going to prolong.
I'm not gonna come into you. I'm staying put.
Alright, I just whatnot, sir.
You know what? Sure, we'll take your new mystic. Throw it down and capital.
got what?
Your decision.
Right, so things look like.
All right. I call it.
Probably.
Wow.
I was absolutely during that war.
All right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. This is a
All right, pausing. All right, well, everybody, that's what he looks like.
Holy fuck!
It's pretty the same color.
Oh, 1 second. 1 second.
I agree.
There's. Yeah.
Hold on. I know this isn't gonna.
I could I could probably now actually federate game via team because yeah, and I should
I gotta
definitely.
see some shit here. Oh my fucking god! Why am I still building?